I've had the most dreadful luck. I feel terrible that you've been left alone all this time. The traitorous Dr. Gray tried to steal the annular spectrum, a ring I developed to allow perception and alteration of colour. Some call them impossible colours. Impossible for Dr. Gray, maybe. Anyway, something went wrong.
It's been a strong year for puzzle games that make you think a little outside of the box. The Witness uses its environments and symmetry to elevate its grid pattern solutions. Even No Man's Sky had some interesting math puzzles to solve at points. Hue is a new puzzle game from Fiddlesticks and Curve Digital that uses colour to create engaging and at times tricky puzzles. You play as Hugh, a young man living in a monochrome world whose mother has disappeared after researching colour. You find out the backstory as you progress through the levels thanks to little notes left by your mother around the world. The premise is simple. You use your right stick to select different colours that can clear away or make a box or laser or block disappear so you can move through it. The puzzle starts simple as you slowly find more colours and then get more and more complex as you progress. Sometimes big columns are needed to climb high places, sometimes you need them to cover a gap. It's all very clever and it needs you to use your thoughts a little bit more than you expect. I'm not going to spoil too much here, but there are positives and negatives to this kind of puzzle game. The main negative is that the game is aware it can overcomplicate itself and at times feels like it's holding itself back from really making a bastard of a level, or it's missing another dynamic that would just make it a bit more challenging. At present it's challenging enough to complete, but you don't get the sense of elation of really beating a complex puzzle. But the game does give you elation in other ways. There are several levels that run like Indiana Jones style avoidance of rock related death. These levels, which use the colours as blocks to be removed, are great because you build up speed, some rhythm and occasionally get something that catches you out. This is one of the things that Hue does really well, in that it can switch up its styles of puzzles with relative ease and not have them feel out of place or arbitrary. The game's art style is perfect for this too. The colour background that makes the puzzles possible is nice and goes really well with the black minimal, almost stenciled design of the surrounding walls and your character Hugh. The story has a nice evocative tone to it, which is ably narrated by actress Anna Acton in an epistolary form. The background music is a calming and sombre collection of piano motifs that balance nicely with the story and the on-screen action. There's even great accessibility with a colourblind mode, which adds symbol patterns to the colours on the selection reel and on screen. Hue is not a very long game, which I think is right for a puzzle game like this. You don't want to drag it out. There are moments where you get the hang of it and wonder if it is too simple, but for those hardcore puzzle people, you can collect the research files dotted around the game's levels. For me, it could have done with one more difficulty spike, but I'm more than happy with the faster, more platform-based momentum levels that add some more colour to the visible spectrum of Hue. For more articles and videos like this, please visit insertdisc.co.uk or follow us on Twitter at InsertDiscUK.